Coral reefs are home to nearly one-third of all described marine species, despite making up only 0.2% of the ocean ecosystem. Yet in recent years, coral reefs have been gaining some new species, many different types of plastic. Based on data from 192 coastal countries, it is estimated that approximately 4.8 to 12.7 million metric tons of plastic entered the world's oceans in 2010. Plastic waste serves as hosts to pathogens that trigger disease outbreaks among coral, threatening the livelihood of $375 billion in goods and services, alongside the 275 million people who rely on them for food and coastal protection. The degree of influence of plastic waste on coral reefs was unknown until a recent study by Cornell researcher Jolia Lam and his team of international researchers, targeting the Asia-Pacific region, which comprises of 55.5% of global coral reefs. Lam and his team surveyed 159 reefs across 8 latitudinal regions and from 4 countries within this region. They found one-third of reefs had 2 to 10.9 plastic items per 100 meters squared of reef area. Lam visually examined just under 125,000 reef-building corals for active lesions. Using a generalized linear mixed model, it was found that corals not in contact with plastic had a likelihood of 4.4% across all 8 hard coral families. Plastic debris increased this likelihood of disease to 89.1%. The model also looked at the prevalence of individual diseases in the presence of plastic. Although reef-building corals in contact with plastic are affected by 4 out of the 6 most common coral diseases, the greatest increase occurred among our 3 diseases shown here. By 2025, the model predicts there will be 15.7 billion plastic items entangled in the Asia-Pacific reefs. The geographic distribution of this plastic debris does not change, but high-income countries like Australia will only increase around 1% compared to the doubling of debris in Myanmar.
It comes as no surprise that cleanup and prevention of plastic pollution will be key in protecting oceans and marine life. Several organizations worldwide are working towards these goals. In 2017, Dell Technologies aligned with the United Nations and Lonely Whale to found Next Wave Plastics. Focused on prevention, this initiative has partnered with HP, IKEA, and locals in high-pollution communities to intercept plastics before they enter oceans. In 2018, Next Wave sourced 250 tons of ocean-bound plastics from Haiti and created 600 income opportunities for adults in the country. Nearly 12 million plastic bottles were upcycled into ink cartridges for HP instead of being disposed of in the ocean. Another major issue facing high-pollution communities is the lack of proper waste management. A New York City-based firm, Circulate Capital, has raised over $90 million to invest in Southeast Asia's most polluted rivers. They partnered with Coca-Cola, P&G, PepsiCo, and Unilever to improve plastic waste management around these rivers, and also invest in innovations made from these recycled plastics to create a market for these products. Although taking preventative action is key, there are over 1 trillion pieces of plastic already in the oceans, and young inventor Boyan Slat's Ocean Cleanup Project aims to remove this plastic. His design exploits the ocean's natural current flow by sticking plastics of various sizes together and removing them from water. Predictive models show that only 60 of these systems could clean half of the Great Pacific Garbage Patch in 5 years, and by 2040 could remove 90% of ocean plastic. Ultimately, reefs are a reminder of why and how humans must mitigate pollution and harmful activity to protect life on Earth.